Hey, good morning, fellow YouTubers. How is my YouTube family? This is a beautiful beginning to an evening, sunset time. And I'm almost blinded, having to ride directly into the sun. I thought of how that could be analogous to different life situations we might face. Just look, you take away the light and look how easy it is to see. And the light often symbolizes like truth and goodness. So if the truth is shining right in your face, maybe it's hard to see directly what's in the path in front of you. Or if you're looking always at the big picture, looking at like the truth of life and why we're here and things like that, you could stumble on, the road, on the sticks and the stones and the pathway. Another analogy maybe. But I love this time of year. Seeing the seasons change, coming towards winter time. Evenings are colder. I'm really postponing turning my heater on in my house. Putting the pilot on, because I just like to see how early I can turn that pilot off and how long I can go without it. Because boy, it's a big difference in the gas bill. But I've gone through whole winters before where I didn't turn it on once. And just get used to kind of sleeping in sweatpants and a second or sometimes even a third blanket over the top of you. And if one of those blankets is wool, like wool is kind of itchy, so I'd put down like a sheet and then like a nice soft like Mexican blanket, like cotton, and then put the wool blanket over that. And then if you got socks on and sweatpants, even a sweatshirt if you need it. I even got into sleeping with my windows open during the middle of winter before I went through a couple of weird phases with that. Because my brother and I, in the house we grew up in, that was the scenario that we had. There was this guy that was working. So basically, my dad decided to convert half of the attic into a bedroom for my brother and myself. And the other half of the attic just stayed like an attic. But then this guy wanted to work on real estate for my dad at all hours of the day, even, like middle of the night and stuff. So my dad set up a desk and a phone for him over in that normal part of the attic. Well, it had big windows, like maybe 4 feet across by like 7 feet high, and there was about 4 of them, and he leaned on one of them when I was out in the backyard. He was looking at me and trying to communicate something to me, and he leaned on one of them and it fell out, and that huge glass pane, probably several $100s, just shattered. Well, my dad never replaced that. And so we always had a huge open window throughout all of wintertime, and that went on for years and years, like the whole time we lived out of that attic, probably like 8 years. And then we even had a hornet's nest set up in that attic. We had spiders and rats. So it was more like we were living in the outback and the wild. So me and my brother kind of got used to getting lots of bug bites, spider bites, just seeing rats scuttle, along the floor when you turn the lights on at night, just all kinds of craziness. So I actually kind of don't mind sleeping when it's really cold, because like I said, you can just bundle up and then you seem to get a really good deep sleep, sound sleep. Look how much nicer it is without the sun shining in my face. hope everyone's doing well. This is beginning of November. Republicans just had some major landslides with different Republicans being elected. Big one in Virginia. Politics is just crazy. Following politics these days. So not to go in too much to myself, but once I got over the initial shock of getting fired, it got a lot nicer. Because I would think about the issues that I deal with at work, and it was really time for me to go. And so, why fight what your fate is? It was just in the cards that I was not going to be able to last at that job much longer anyways. And my bosses had singled me out for, just a large amount of abuse. Served with a smile in heaping hot portions. But now it's kind of a nice mixture. Now the sun's not in my face, but I still got kind of some of the benefits of the sunshine on the road. But I hope everyone had a nice Halloween. Love Halloween. Not as much as I used to. The more into religious practices and the more into following Jesus I get, the less I appreciate Halloween. Me and my kids really enjoyed the heck out of Halloween. I used to get dressed up with them, and one year we were all, because I coached their baseball team, we all dressed up in the same Dodger uniform, and then made ourselves all like pale with like white powder and then blood coming like out of our eye sockets and mouth and nose. And so our story was we were coming home from a away game, baseball, and our bus crashed, and we're just trying to find our way home. So obviously I'm having problems getting gas, and it's because it won't let me purchase it with my ATM card for some reason. So you can see how much I look around. My head's always on a swivel. I just learned young, you gotta always just be aware of everyone and everything that's going on around you. And I kind of acquired that skill before I even learned how to ride a motorcycle, because obviously that skill comes in handy with motorcycles quite a bit. But it's just, I'm lazy in several areas of my life, but I'm not lazy in safety and kind of being aware of who's around me and what's going on around me. But then, look at how in Southern California, look at how 7-Elevens are operated. I mean, there's no one behind the counter, and you got four. I'm now the fifth person in there that's a customer, and there's no one to help us. Oh, and they're just at these convenience stores and gas stations, they're just so rude. They don't make eye contact. They don't ask you how you're doing usually. And then they kind of throw the money back in your hand, especially if you got some change. They really kind of just throw it in your hand. But anyways, hope everyone's doing well. Have a great day and have a good weekend. I'll talk to you later.